Good morning. Max. Good morning. I always look for the timestamp, but I think I forgot to timestamp it yesterday, so my apologies. That's weird. It was just at 20-something seconds, and it just bounced back to 9 seconds. Oh boy. I hope it's not glitching. All right. Even though today is the 31st, let's still peek into July. And then August for Capricorn. September, October, November. Hopefully you guys can somewhat hear me. I'm not trying to wake peanut butter up. All right. The sun's not even up. I need a little more light. Oh, I'm super bummed about these. I should have put them in a book. All right, my little Capricorns. Let's see what's going on. Next 5 months, let's see what went down in July for you guys. July, Capricorn. The Death card. July for Capricorn. And the Star. August for Capricorn. The World and Temperance. Let's see what September is for Capricorn. The Star. Justice. October for Capricorn. The Wheel of Fortune and Justice. And November for Capricorn. Star twice, Justice twice. There's definitely an ending here. Judgment for November for Capricorn. Justice again. All right. Hold on. All right. All right. July, you have the Death card and the Star. August, the World, Temperance. September, the Star and Justice. October, the Wheel of Fortune and Justice. And November, Judgment and Justice. So, I do feel like there's definitely an ending for a new beginning. I do feel like
Hello?
Good morning. Well, it's not even good morning. Did you even go to bed yet?
Yeah, I'm coming to get the fan back. I didn't expect you to be up.
Yeah, I'm up every morning at this time.
Okay. Well,
Pretty
I'm
much.
taking the fan and opening the door.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to wake you up around 9. I bet you his ass is just going to bed. They leave to do the annual camping trip with my sister that they do today. And they're gone for like a week, so. Alright. He's what actually woke me up at 3:30 coming out to get a water. I was like, fuck, I at least wanted to sleep until 4 something. Okay. I can't quite. I was hoping I could just kind of get the vibe from the major arcana. I know that there is obviously a definite ending here. Some of you, there could have been an actual death in July or an anniversary of a death in July. Only because you have death in the world's a pretty good indication. I also like to see the Four of Wands, Knight of Swords, other things I like to see, but the Star is also here, which is kind of like, and then Temperance. So this is either like a major ending in somebody's life or somebody already transcended. But I also feel the vibe of something going right. If something's in the court system with all this justice, it would be karma. You know, good morning. Yeah, I usually wait until 5 to at least pop on YouTube, but today Peanut Butter stayed sleeping and I didn't feed the cats yet because it's 4:30 in the morning. So let's see what went down in July, or if it's even happened yet for you, depending on alignment. You got Lovers. And I just heard, what makes you say, what does something, what can make me feel this way, my girl, my girl. I don't typically get that from the Lovers. But in the Lovers, Veda dies. No, not Veda. Can't think of his name. Lovers, please. I mean, not the Lovers. Do what lovers do. Yeah, the Sun here with the Lover. And the Hermit. Shawshank's Redemption. Isn't that when Shawshank Redemption? That's an old movie. Working on the train. So again, it's almost 10 o'clock there for you. Well, that means it's almost 5 here then. Oh, yeah, well, that time went by fast. Must have been sitting longer than I thought. So I do feel like, again, I do feel like there could have been like a mourning, a passing, or like a memorial. But I mean, this could just be like a major breakup or a divorce. All right, let's get August. This energy is like quiet, so I'm not quite sure that it just could be like one of those things where something's meant to end and something's meant to begin, but like a new karmic contract. The moon, September, August for Capricorn. You could have a fixed sign for a moon. You could have Cancer, moon in Cancer, moon in Sag. I am actually getting pulled to like someone's moon sign. The Hierophants. August for Capricorn. 8 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords. Jesus, guys, this seems brutal well, just because the 10 of Swords is here does not mean brutal. But four major arcana in the top row, 4 at the bottom. September for Capricorn. Seven of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Swords. The Star of Justice. Seven of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, the Sun, Nine of Swords. Let's look at October for you guys. Wheel of Fortune and the Justice card. King of Swords, Capricorn for October, please. Temperance. Three of Wands. Princess of Wands. Let's look at November. November for Capricorn. Four of Wands. Queen of Cups. Ace of Wands. Ten of Swords. Alright. Let me sit with this a minute. So there's someone else had this too, but not as potent, like ending, beginning, ending, beginning, ending, beginning. Again, if it's not a physical death or an anniversary of a death, and it could be as well, but this is more or less like soul searching, a new contract, a divine contract. You might not be crazy with the divine contract, but it does look like a divine contract. Something that had to go down. There was a lesson here. It's emotional. You are attempting to heal. You are trying to find the balance again. Again, something very divinely orchestrated at the same time. Again, extremely karmic with, the wheel, justice, judgment, the star. You're ending something, but whatever you ended also, again, started something. So, good morning. It could feel like, I almost said, feel like chicken tonight. There's this looks like a spiritual contract. For some reason, I feel like it could be linked to work. Especially if it's a spiritually based contract with the star. But again, it makes sense, all this like karmic energy is here because you're also ruled by Saturn, which teaches us, lessons, patience, authority. I don't think you guys are exactly at like your Saturn return necessarily. Unless like you're going after a dream and then it was just kind of like meant to take this long. Oh, peanut butter's slowly waking up. He's making like the tiniest noises, like, "Hey, do you hear me?" I don't want to acknowledge him yet because I didn't even feed the cats. I'm trying to figure out what deck I want to clarify with, and I think I'm gonna go with these. What I do like about this energy um, you're still concentrating. Some of you, those who are in the shadow, there's some big time lessons here. But you're getting real close to Jupiter rolling around in December, switching over into a major player with the shifts of transits. So because right now you're dealing with Pisces, Saturn's in Pisces, and you also have Neptune, Pisces, and Capricorn. Just being Saturn. So you kind of a double whammy. I could have sworn there was another Capricorn placement, but it looks like this is the only one for a little while. Besides obviously Saturn. Those two combinations can be strong, but I still feel like there's an overall message. You know how like when the Hermit came out a lot for, I forget what sign, it was like almost every sign. We do have Justice 3 times, Temperance twice, and the Star 3 times. The Wheel and Judgment, again, very, very karmic. But it doesn't mean it's bad karma. But again, the Ten of Swords, the Moon, Temperance, the World, Hierophant, that's an ending. That's like a major ending. That's like a divorce. That's a death. That's a dark night of the soul. Gotta work through your shadow. But I also feel like you're ignoring certain energies. You could be questioning here and there some stuff, but you're also not letting anybody fuck with you. You do have a strong vibe here. And I have one of my best friends is a Capricorn, and I just love it to death. Boy, do I mesh with Capricorns like you wouldn't believe it. But I actually have a Capricorn moon that I've always struggled with because it's my moon placement. Having a Capricorn moon is really, really hard sometimes because we look for stability with all aspects of our life, especially emotional stability, considering the moon rules emotions. So if we're not even feeling emotionally secure, never mind with anybody else, even like with ourselves, it's a roller coaster. And they do say, Capricorn moons, it is a harder placement because it's a main player in regards to like Saturn, personal karma, that type of stuff. I've had a couple of readings from astrologers, actually just two astrologers, and they absolutely love my chart. I forget what they call it. I've had this conversation with you, and I'm like, really? It doesn't feel that way. And they're like, well, you do have like one super hard placement. And they always mention the Capricorn moon because you always want to have that stability. Now I can tell in July that this is like a contract, whether it went south or not. But I almost said south or north. So you could be working with your north node or your south node. Being karma would be your south, but you want to walk your north node. So I personally would feel like if you have one of these as a node, that would probably be just as difficult as a Capricorn moon. Because your emotions, two of the most powerful things on this planet is love and money, right? And love is emotions. So when it comes to basically every single aspect of the moon in Capricorn and Saturn, you're working on every aspect of your chart, just not one thing. Now, Capricorns are really good at being entrepreneurs. They're kind of like the CEO of the astrology wheel, right? They're ready to tackle hard lessons. And sometimes with ease too, not even breaking a sweat, but it also depends on where your other placements are. So considering I said something here with like a Taurus moon, Capricorn moon, Sag moon, a fixed sign moon, there's something here with your chart that's clearly happening. And there is a lot of like divine situations here, but you have a lot of, are you doing the right thing? And here we go again, like my north node is a Libra, which is justice, right? So it's making fair decisions, judgment calls, just, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing? And you have justice in all these placements. So again, like you could be questioning something. So there's definitely something hands down with somebody's a big collective, a group of collective. It's all out here like this. It's not just going to be for individuals, right? But again, Saturn, and before it transits and you're going from earth to water, you know, the they want you to pull together some stability here. When Capricorns find their stability, it's easier to flow. So again, I don't have the High Priestess anywhere. She really talks about Akashic records with a couple other cards too, but I think there's a bigger transit than just Saturn. Because I almost feel like you're being tested. Like, hey, I know there's a lot going on, but listen, like, it's done, it's over. Like, step out of it, focus on work, focus on yourself, emotional stability, material stability, again, emotional. There's a lesson. Are you going to let the stress get the best of you, or are you going to feel guided? I will tell you what I love to see with readings like this. You do have the sun, moon, and the star. There is, I'm here in a perfect alignment. So you are aligned. This temperance I hardly ever look at as a reconciliation, but I did just hear reconciliation if somebody wants a reconciliation. Temperance to me is more, I just heard biblical, is more meaningful. It's the Two of Cups for me as well. You know, it's like for me the major account for the minor. She's always holding two cups, trying to find that balance, that flow, 1 foot in, you know. But you really need to be like 2 feet in. So a little hesitant. But I also look at them as guides, earth angels. There is an emotional ending here. And I don't know if it comes out of nowhere for August. I'm still kind of like iffy with July, but I'm not iffy. So that means some of you guys are iffy. Because it's clear, like, you could have tried to put effort into something was guided. Like, you have the Star and the Hermit and the Lovers. Like, something was guided. Do what lovers do. And then I just got, what was it? My girl, when the Lovers came out. So, again, I feel like that could almost be like a guide. Because something doesn't add up here. It's almost like being bummed, but it's like, come on, keep going. You got bigger fish to fry. You're like in a new contract, but it doesn't feel like it. And even in August, it doesn't feel like it. But then it starts, you know, even if you're like flowing here, I'm not saying that your whole world is collapsing, but I heard colliding. There's still forward movement here. You do shut something down here in November that's linked to your tomorrow. And then I just heard that saying you're only promised You only promised something like today and tomorrow, but you never promised tomorrow. But it's not that saying, like you promised today but not tomorrow. Like it's a different saying. So I don't know if it's something you keep close to you. I feel like someone could have passed away with justice here, and you're opening like the will or like Pandora's box. Oh, look at that! It actually says Pandora. Do you know I've never picked up on that ever? And I really like this deck. And if I have picked up on it, it hasn't been anything that I recollect. Isn't it funny how cats can do that? But again, I feel like for a while now, I've been more or less focused on depiction as well than the meaning. And it took me a while to adjust to that. I just heard spirits calling. That's not a calling to adjust to depiction. So working on the train. Yeah. Shawshank Redemption. What's that one about? God, that's a really good movie. They're all on the roof slopping fucking pavement or something, right? Hot top. I used to babysit a gypsy. The stuff that would come out of his mouth, man, fucking crap you up. I was driving down the street one day, he's like, hot top. It was hard for him though because he knew his dad was getting ready to go away for the winter, like in the sense of like go somewhere warmer because they pave, you know. Not all gypsies pave, but I'm just saying. And some of spirits saying some of them, you know, have a bad rep, which is crazy because back in the day, gypsies always kind of had a bad rep, but people relate sometimes spirituality to gypsies, and that's far from the truth. People are, are extremely, would want to argue with me when I say, you know, a little naive and uneducated. But, I think because way back in the day, they would hit the road, work with the circus, because my dad would be like, oh, you think you're a gypsy? And one year he bought me a crystal ball. And I was like, funny. But it was expensive. Like, it's real quartz. It's a nice one. But he'll say that, and it's just like, you know what? Like, it's just like societal viewpoints on anything, beliefs. It is what it is. So you might be faced with that, being faced with adversity. Yeah, see, that's one of the lessons in this deck. In the Seven of Wands, this doesn't look like you like the regular Seven of Wands though. Like this doesn't look like you're faced with adversity there. But again, I don't want to insult anybody, but in all reality, like gypsies and spirituality, they're two different things, So just because, they used to travel and have a crystal ball does not mean they're spiritual. A lot of them were thieves and did what they did and copycats. But again, like, there's a lot of history behind it. But I'm just, I don't know why that message came through because he's like, hot top. I must have saw something because I don't even know why I said that. Like, defend yourself, but this doesn't look like you have to defend yourself. I wonder why I said that. There must be a reason for it. Maybe you should do a little more research and educate yourself on something with the Eight of Pentacles here. I feel like this is a work contract at the same time, but again, it's almost like it's a soul contract too. And now it's like moving on to a new contract. Just because it's the Pentacles doesn't mean it's work. But considering we're representing Capricorn right now, because I see emotion with every month, and you can't avoid emotion. I mean, some people do. Cover it up with addiction, all sorts of stuff. But like this is non-avoidable, but I heard non-negotiable, something with a contract, non-disclosure, this could be a boss here. Some of you could lose your job in August. I will tell you, if you do, it's meant to go that way. Rejection is protection. If something doesn't go your way with something else like August, September, same thing. And you'll see it more clear. It's like the whole outcome of court. Like, so like, I wasn't like, oh my God, this is so unfair. Like, it was just, I was more baffled. Like, wow. You know, and it's out of your hands. Like with the star and justice being here and the wheel and judgment, like there is something out of your hands here. Like something ended because of the divine. And if this has nothing to do with the lovers and it's two other people, the divine is breaking them up, ending a contract. This is not what you want. Keep searching. It's over. It's time to heal. You can't stay in this energy. And that's why I said, like, if there's people here working with the shadow, it does make it difficult. Because you have to ground this energy. And I just looked over, you said been up since 4:30. I screenshot it today. I think mine was 3:30, but it's also the witching hour. Yeah, 3:30. And then I gotta see that's a message from me. So I'm seeing 30, 30, 30. Even though today 3:30, 3:30, but you know how you see it twice. But then I also got an email 30 minutes prior to that. So again, 30:30 would be something for me to look up. And those are beautiful energies to work with as well. But it's like I said, it's mind, body, soul. It's, you know, it's working with all propensities. So but again, it's like the witching hour, and I just feel like I'm intentionally being woken up all week at 3 something. It's only Wednesday. But for weeks now, I've been getting up at 4 something, no matter what. Usually, in weeks before that, it was more like 5 o'clock. But I've also been going to sleep. I'm sleeping by 9, guys. You know, because I'm up at the crack of dawn. So, but in all reality, like, so somebody could be oversleeping here because your body only really needs 5-6 hours of sleep. They say 8, but that's society says 8. Why are we not questioning society? If anything, you know, not research says. How about you look into like a scientist or look into like other things, like, you know, and I'd rather wake up and watch the sunrise than to be up all damn night. I love nighttime too, but There's just something about waking up early in the morning can be very refreshing. I think there's something here with research for you guys because it's pulling me to, I'm always messaging myself on Messenger, different things that I've seen. And I've done a couple for you guys. I don't feel like it somewhat has to correlate with this reading, but like look into something a little bit more. Or maybe like restructure something. Start again. Like take something, especially since Mercury's here too, like take something like you worked on before and restructure it. Because you have the Death card, 3 of Pentacles, and the Star. So it's almost like rescript, but remix. I just got pulled to remix Missy Elliott. But I almost said Queen Latifah. Is that the same person? No, isn't one a sitcom? Oh dear Lord, I can't even think right now. Queen Latifah, is she Missy Elliott? What? Someone help me out here. Queen Latifah and Missy Elliott. Same person? Oh, I just looked up 4646. It's 2 different people, right? Missy Elliott. Yeah, that's 2 different. Why do I think Queen Latifah is linked to a sitcom? Missy Elliott and Queen Latifah. One's a sitcom, I almost said scientist, see? No, they're both singers. Queen Latifah inducts Missy Elliott into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I keep hearing first ladies all over again. So why did I feel like they were the same person when it's like I really knew they weren't? And now it's talking about like this one has this one's back, like you're the type of person that would fix other people's crowns. Why isn't Queen Latifah in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Because I think that things like the Hall of Fame should be based on statistics and what people have actually accomplished, not what you think. Huh. And I feel like I just made a comment right before that about something. Remix. But that's Missy Elliott. Oh, I was talking about societal viewpoints. But see, all the other readings, I jumped in to kind of like clarify. I kind of like sat with the energy for a minute, but I've been reading this for a good 40 minutes. So it's not really about like, I'm obviously still going to clarify for you guys, but it's this main energy that should really be your focus. Because when we start clarifying, that's when things get like a little like tricky, and then you forget like what's actually happening. Like here, you're going to feel this energy in August. There's no way around it. This you're going to feel like a little more uplifted and things get a little easier. But like, again, I still can't figure out July for you, even though I can figure it out. So I don't know what happened in July for you. but something big. And again, it could just be like a realignment. Like whatever ended here, Spirit caused this ending. And again, I'm still baffled with the amount of justice cards. Justice, justice, justice. And they're all sitting in the same exact placement. And then the star and justice, the Wheel of Fortune, justice, judgment, justice. Temperance twice. And then you have big players like the Death card in the World. So it's like, no going back to it now, no going back. That's not how it goes. And it's all coming back to me now. Is that what it is? But I'm saying there's no going back to it now. So somebody new might have came in, or a new feeling, and then you're not going back to something else. I mean, this could even be work. Like, it's really having me focus on this versus clarifying. And again, it's like someone's receiving karma in November for something that has gone down as well. Someone who's caused you the 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords, you're going to get justice for that. But again, though, I do feel like you're being tested with the Wheel of Fortune here. Like, are you going to put something on hold? Because I feel like you really shouldn't be. So I think instead of clarifying with the original deck, I'm going to clarify the major arcana with the crystal cards instead. I was looking for animals only because I got pulled to the owl here, but then there's an owl here. And there was a reading with owls. I mean, they're significant. There's tends to be owls in a lot of tarot cards, but there's none elsewhere. But 2 cats there. So 2 cats in the same row, 2 owls in the same row. 2 things with wings here. Two dolphins or porpoises. I don't even know what those are. That's in like another realm. Oh, but she's got like 2 mermaid tails. That's a psychedelic card happening there. It's all coming back to me now with the star. So maybe something you've forgotten, or you purposely blacked out, you purposely blanked out, you purposely covered it up. Like, I don't know. It feels like something spiritual though. So I'm not hesitant to clarify the major arcana, but like I still feel like there's something here. You could feel a little distant No, that's excitement. October is going to be exciting. I felt distance with this Three of Wands because it pulled me to the Three of Wands for October. So somebody else might be distant, but this is like, hey, your ship's in. It's almost like you waving a grand old flag, like, come on. But it's very like carefree. And the Seven of Wands is carefree. And they're typically, this isn't care, Seven of Wands is not carefree energy. And it's almost like someone comes at you, but it's almost laughable. But not like laughable, like, haha, I'm going to pick up the phone and tell everybody. Like, it's a very calm demeanor. It's like you're on trial or something. But like, it's not phasing you. Like some people, like, they have jury duty. And, sometimes it's so traumatic. Like, people don't think people can have traumatic experiences being a juror and making a decision, that requires, death sentence or wherever you're located, right? This is like, you're not really phased. And I'm not saying you don't have a heart or a soul here. That's not what it's saying at all. I'm just wanted to mention people don't think that can be traumatic, and it can cause like distress. But the way you go about it is like, hey, I'm just doing my job. But it's got to be hard because you can't discuss it. You really, you're stuck in your head trying to think, are you making the right decision? You know? But this feels like something spiritual. Like, it's all coming back to me now. As if, like, it's like no sweat. And Capricorns can roll like that. But Capricorns, don't have the greatest patience. Um, but you guys can make major things happen for yourselves. Like, you can run a business, like I said, without breaking a sweat. Like, you're good at it, especially if you have other players, like someone taking care of your accounting, somebody taking care of, your contracts, a lawyer, depending on what type of things, what type of business you're running. But my brain just went to like a CEO, like a big time company. Like, you do it with ease. So that, again, that's something with your chart, because I'm being pulled to like tell you guys, like, with my chart, like, it actually recommends me having a business partner because of other placements in my chart. But it's also part of one of my life lessons to work with people, one or more, in the sense of like a business. I just do better. So apparently in a past life, like, I wanted it all for myself, something like that. I don't know. But it is part of one of my lessons to not play well with others, just, it's one of my life lessons to work with somebody, to let, if I was going to be an entrepreneur, like, that's one of my lessons, to work with somebody entrepreneuring. When I feel, and even in this lifetime, I still feel like it's a solo job. So that's why I said, like, you guys should read your charts, look it up, Cafe Astrology. It's a free report. Numerology, and get your life path number. It's the best $100 you'll ever spend on yourself. I'm not kidding. check your calendar to make sure you're not missing any major appointments, but I just heard transits. But I forgot I have a MRI today up here. And I'm like, I don't see health, but it can be. But mine's on my hip. And it's an arthriogram, so it's kind of like a machine, like an x-ray. And then they numb me up and they put the contrast into my joint. It's kind of painful. But I almost forgot about it until now. So somebody could be bad for your health. Somebody else could be good for your health. The Hermit could be a healthcare provider. It does represent health. Pentacles represent health. The Death card is here. It can represent health. Again, like somebody could have crossed over and transitioned recently. It would already have happened. But again, there was a reading I did where it was a morning bird, but like 2 different mornings, like morning MAU and then morning MOR, so don't forget about your health. But that would be like in July, and we're almost out of July. But again, Spirit just wanted me to stop at November, so. And for a lot of you, there's been some big alignments in July. And whatever this is for you, it's intentional with the star. Because with the star being here too in Justice, it's intentional. Especially with the Wheel in Justice, Judgment in Justice. Like, this is kind of crazy to me. And again, you have Justice all in the same spots. Your stars are in different spots, but I don't think that matters. But that's also pulling me to your chart. And again, like, I keep grabbing decks for me to clarify, and it's like, nope, there's still something here. I don't even have to shake the decks to know that. And I don't shake them, I shuffle them. Shake, shake, shake. Some of you could be passing a test. I just got pulled to Beetlejuice when she's on the stairs. Jump in the line, walk by and said, okay, I believe you. That was a cute movie. Oh, what is it with you and guys, movies and cartoons in July? I don't know if you're just watching a lot of TV. And my dad said to me, like, when I recommend things, or he's like, you ever see this? And I'm like, yeah, it's really good. He's like, you watch too much TV. And I'm like, I just heard crime TV. I don't usually watch crime TV, but I literally looked at him and I said, you know what's funny? I said, everything you recommend to me, I actually watch, because, and vice versa, everything I recommend to my parents, they watch. But I watch the same exact shit that he watches, so I basically made a joke and was kind of sarcastic about it and was like, I pretty much watch everything you watch and vice versa. So we actually watch the same amount of TV, if you want to get fucking technical. Besides, like, my little things here and there, I might, like, squeeze in that he wouldn't watch, but, he's a Ridiculousness fan, and I watched all those when they came out, but I'll go upstairs and it's always on. Which is good that he's laughing. So that might be a message for you guys, like, you gotta laugh. Start again. Yeah, because even August it's really tough for you, and I do feel like it's a lesson and it's emotional. But I think there's a mix of other people's emotions here too, because you have a solid 8 of Pentacles here in Temperance. Like, that's solid. So you could have already learned this lesson, or you're learning how to work with this contract. It's a new contract. Maybe you don't play well with others. I mean, I tend to come into connections where people think they tell me what I should do versus what I'm actually doing, or everyone has an opinion, and I'm like, how did that happen to me? You know what I mean? Like, and again, like, when I almost said to myself, fixated. or like, but when I know certain knowledge, I don't want your opinion. It's okay to have an opinion, but I didn't ask for your opinion. If I ask for an opinion, that's different. And I've had people come into my life that try to educate me, and it's like I lose my shit. It's like I need someone in my life where it's like reciprocal. You know, they have knowledge where I don't have knowledge. You know, it's like two peas in a pod. You know, like I wouldn't have thought of that, but the other person did. You know, like that's the type of partnership I'd work well with. So again, like I always wondered why I butted head with certain people, or why people, like my parents my whole life, wanted to test me to find out what was wrong with certain things. And, you know, nothing ultimately was wrong. They just kept searching, seeking an answer, and there was no need to seek it. You know, I am who I am. And finally, they just faced that fact. It took them a very long time to face that fact, you know? But I do come across people like that. And again, it's because it's one of my lessons. So it does make it easier when you guys know your chart. Because once you know how to work with a certain energy, it's going to make it easier for you to accept certain energy. And it's all coming back to me now. But I was looking down here, but it was up here. But when it first came in, it was there. Well, when it first came in, I don't even think it was. I had seen it before I looked at this star. So to me, like I said, there's something spiritual happening here. And it could just be like polarity. It could, you know, like, because I'm getting that vibe with the Wheel of Fortune in the world here. So each month kind of looks emotional. July looks less emotional than all the other months, I'm not gonna lie. But you're still flowing, like you're still going. So there's no need to get your panties in a bunch. I feel like I totally didn't say that because there was no reason for me to say that. Because it looks like you're honestly flowing. Things are going. They're saying something in order or for order. For. So you must be aligned here. All right. For July, what is this death card? What is this death card for July? Trust. And then what is the star card for July? I just got pulls of colors and you got success. So again, it's like one of those messages people don't want to hear. Like, trust that everything's going the way it's supposed to go. Like if something ended, it was supposed to end. If something started, it was supposed to start. If you feel stuck and you needed a soul search, that was meant to happen. If somebody actually died, it was meant to happen. It's in your chart. And the shadow is at the bottom of the deck, and that's one of the first things when I was kind of regrouping and looking everything over. It was one of the first things I wanted to get out of the way. So again, you could be avoiding your shadow, or somebody else could be avoiding their shadow that you're working with, but then here it is, you know. And I just thought something twinkled or moved over here with the star. So you could have made a wish a long time ago. There's something with the number 12 with the death card here. That's because it like twinkled. And I want to say this is the third time that's happened in the last couple weeks where I feel like, and I want to say it's been a major arcana, where I feel like something has moved in the card. And it just happened right there. So you are being set up for something to be successful. So again, like, it looks all good and dandy. But if you had like a thought, July is so complicated, and it's like the clearest energy here. So again, like, there must have been some type of change, good or bad. I heard friend or foe. Thoughts. And I don't even see your thoughts. So now I gotta figure out how I want to clarify this. I think I'm gonna do your best advice. And I did that with another reading. So you two are the only ones that I've done that with so far. But I'm thinking that can be complicated with the Lovers. It can be complicated with any card. So there's something complicated. Lovers is usually a past life situation. You do have the Death card and Trust. But it feels like there's like a pause. And this feels like an ending. But the Death is a transformation. But I don't see a transformation. But Trust is telling me there was a transformation. Oh, dear Lord. How the fuck do I want to clarify this then? I want to make this as simple as possible. Because they're talking about your overall energy. And again, 1:11, an hour and 11 minutes in, and I just started clarifying for you. And I didn't do that with any other zodiacs. So you could be really mulling something over. Mulling something over? Mulling something over? Mulling something over? I don't think mulling is a word. I think it is, though. Okay, here we go. So there's something confusing here. It might be for somebody else because nothing looks confusing. Capricorns are good with really looking in. It can be challenging, but you also like to live like your wildest dreams too. Like, you're real go-getters. And again, like, I don't base things. I do have a best friend that's a Capricorn, and I love her to death, but you can't base somebody off just their sun sign because her other placements is what really makes me and her mesh. She's way more sensitive than you think a Capricorn would be because it has to do with the other placements. So, like, every propensity has every other feeling, emotion, same thing. Gut. So this is probably something with the moon or emotion, but that's why you really shouldn't like categorize somebody. That's why when somebody's like, oh, I got my Pisces, and I'm like, oh, you're the most intuitive and psychic, and it's like, God, that's what this industry has done, and it's extremely unfortunate. And like, I explained this to you guys too, so you could be dealing with a situation like this, but Marsh, like one of my best friends, and one of her best friends from kids, so we're both like into like spiritual things, and she's spiritual herself too, but like, she's got that one friend that I explained to at the concert, and she's all about like sun sign, astrology. She's more astrology, but like, I'm shadow. I work karma. I'm a healer, right? So I see things differently. I'm more straight to the point. This is the facts. This is my belief. And for you to base somebody off their sun sign, to me, is bullshit. That's just when they were born. All their qualities are in different placements. Does she have more knowledge when it comes to astrology? Yeah. But I have more knowledge when it comes to living life and how it should be played out. Right? So, like, I butt heads with this chick. And I actually thought about it the other day. I'm like, Marsh never once asked me, what do you think of her? And not like she has to, but it's the first time I met her. So I'm actually shocked that she didn't. So I'm thinking she already knows and just doesn't want to know my opinion. But I could see why Marsh really meshes with her too, because I can just see it. It's easy, you know? It's an easy connection. I don't know if I would do well with easy connections like that. Like, to me, it's almost like dunce. Like, I just got put a dunce cap, and she's not dumb. You know, it's just, yeah, no. I mean, she had good energy, but no. So to me, you must be butting heads, or you're not agreeing with somebody, or this again, it probably already happened, or you're dealing with somebody that's just like, well, you know, I'm a Pisces, this and that, and this, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's like on what's her name gave me a hard time because I mentioned like Scorpio. She's like, bitch, you're a Cancer. I got 4 placements of Scorpio, heavy Scorpio, 4 placements of Taurus, and 4 placements of Gemini. But I also work with the underwater goddesses, like the 7 sisters, more than I do with like the light. Like, I'd prefer to call on, you know, the ghost riders than an archangel. You know, but that's me. I know how shit works. So, and you can't change people, guys. So I don't know if you're trying to change something here that, you know, really doesn't need to be changed. I got both cats sleeping on the bus, but it's my bed, and I should take the blanket off. Peanut Butter's cage, because I was gonna finish July, but everything's correlating, so I need you guys to give me just like 3 to 5 minutes. But again, like, I'm bringing up different people. So see, like, there's somebody here that you could actually mesh with, and then there's other people that like you wouldn't. Like, remember I told you that one time when I started dating this man, and he said to me, when I told him about like YouTube and cards, like, he really thought like it was a scam and I was just doing it to bank money. And I thought he was joking when he said it. He's like, you actually being serious? Like, we both were shocked because he thought I was doing it just as like a scam to make money. And I was shocked, like, really? You know, and I don't have to be with somebody necessarily that has my same belief, but I'm okay with that as long as, you know, we all have our own beliefs and we mesh. But like, again, we were both shocked. And we really get along in other areas of life, but we really butt heads in big areas of life too, you know? But this could be a situation where things are actually going really well, and then all of a sudden there's like a pause, and you could just be this energy could just be like questioning energy, but I just had a question as well, so some of you guys could work. Oh, I was gonna say horses, but they're just saying a barn. I do better like when my mom got diagnosed with cancer. I'm the person who seeks the answers. I do the research. everybody else in my family, they don't want to know. Well, the doctor didn't say that, so I'm going to wait for what the doctor says. Well, you know what? I want to be prepared and know exactly where she's at. So when the doctor does say that, I'm prepared. It's not a shock. Again, everybody else in my family, not like that. Like when I took her a couple weeks ago, he was talking about a new medication. It just kind of adds a little time to your life because she has like a DNA. They tested her DNA, so like she's a candidate for it, right? With what they found, but it only prolongs your life for a couple months, if that. You know what I mean? It's just like a extra alternative. It's not healing. It's not going to take it away. It would just kind of keep it dormant for a little while longer. But I asked, like, do you have any pamphlets on it? And my mom's like, no, that's okay. And and he's like, yeah, I do. He looked right at me. And my mom's like, we really don't need it, Courtney. And I'm like, but I want it. You know? And besides, we're going to get home and Dad's going to be like, well, what'd you guys talk about? How'd it go? And this and that. And then what am I going to be like? Well, we talked about this as like an alternative and it could add, some time. And my dad would be like, well, what's the name? And I'd be like, I don't know. What do you mean you don't fucking know? You weren't paying attention? But you see what I'm saying? It would have escalated. So, love my dad. My mom, just different, But again, like, I like being prepared. Even with worst case scenarios, it's not the pessimist or a negative side of me. It's just, I find that to be a good quality. It prepares me, So, and I'm not preparing for the worst. Like, the whole entire way through my mom's situation with cancer, like through surgeries, emergency surgeries, things going on, like, and everyone's like, what do you think it is? And I'm like, I'm telling you exactly what it is. And they're like, well, you're not a doctor. Guess what? They come back from the doctors. Guess who's right? Courtney. It's not because I'm a know-it-all. It's because I did my research. And that's really what it is, And I'm getting strong vibes with this research, guys. Like, I feel like they want me to limit the amount of, like, what I'm clarifying here. Because everything I'm saying clearly matters for you guys with this Capricorn energy. So again, give me a minute. I'm going to feed the cats and take peanut butter out. Here's what, Cha-Cha? Good morning. Hello. Good morning. I know you've been listening to Mama this whole time. Hi. Peanut butter. How'd you sleep? Huh? How'd you sleep? Good? You want Cha-Cha? Come on. Cha-Cha. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Chow, chow. Cassie. Come on. Kissy. Ciao, ciao. Go get it. Hi, peanut butter. Go ahead. Scoot, scoot. Go eat breakfast. Good morning. Hello. Yeah. Come on over. Come on over, baby. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. Yeah. Come on over. Yeah. Yeah. Foodie for you. Come on. Come on. Ah, you want Mama grab you? Yeah. Good morning. You coming? I got you. Come on. Good boy. Yeah. You want your worms? Yeah. You hungry? Yeah. Okay. Here they come. There you go. Get it. Get it, boy. You got this. Ooh, get it. Yeah. One, two, three, four. You just ate one. There you go. Yeah. Ooh, so exciting. Ooh, what are you doing? Gonna get him. I gotta go let Max out, okay? I'll be right back. And eat. Let's see. Why don't you jump in your bed? It's time for breakfast. Come on. I know, it's time to eat chow. I know, he's stretching her back. Come eat chow. Go eat. I know, peanut butter. Oh, hi. Come on. Back this way. Come on. Come on. You got worms crawling on my bed. Let's go. Come and eat. Come on. Right now. Come on. I don't want you over there. Let's go. Come on. Well, apparently he's staying over there right this second, so that's fine. All right, I'm back. What did I miss? Hold on. What did I miss? So somebody here might want to play catch up with you. Let me just drape that over here in case he wants to come sit. You've been up since 4 too? Yeah, welcome to the club. All right, so I got pulled the doctor's appointments again. So I think I'm just going to ask Spirit just what they want us to know with a simple one card, because it does feel like chicken tonight. Might be a struggle here. Testing something here. And now I'm looking at the Hermit and the Hierophant. And then with the World. So there could be something in the public eye. I mean, you might have somebody here who's literally in the public eye with the Star in the World. Especially the Three of Wands. You could be dealing with somebody in the public eye. You could be in the public eye. You could work in, just social media type energies, departments, marketing. Biochemist. Dear Lord, a biochemist. Peanut butter. Peanut butter. Come over here, buddy. All right, what do you want us to know about the Lovers? Judgment, Eight of Swords. So you're kind of in your head here. There are those thoughts that I was picking up on. I almost feel like without the Lovers being here, like you don't have a choice. Like something was taken or you fell into like a karmic trap. But this doesn't look negative, but she's being taken by like a dragon. But it's almost reminding me of, what's that movie where it's a Godzilla where he saves that woman? I don't know. It's one of those. So, again, there could be two things going on right now. Three things with the contracts. But it's also teamwork. What do you want us to know about the Three of Pentacles? Whoa. Three of Wands, Queen of Wands. Two of Wands, my apologies, Queen of Wands. So that's putting effort into something, having something move forward, being kind of excited. Considering she's the Queen of Wands, she's reminding me like the Queen of Cups or something. You're kind of looking at something, but you already made a decision to move forward with something. So let's see. I kind of see three women now. So let's see. What do you want us to know about the Queen of Pentacles, please? So put work into something. And you got the Moon. The Moon's over here too, right? Yeah. It's almost like something's coming to get you. I feel like this dragon, gargoyle, whatever it is for you, is like coming to grab her with the Eight of Swords. So this feels more spiritual. This would be like feeling emotionally trapped or bound. I feel like maybe you already trusted a situation or there's a need for trust. And I don't think this is soul searching. I could be wrong. It does feel like a guide in soul searching, but something's not lining up. Yeah, see, there's drama or jealousy. He's kind of looking over here. that's putting a stop to something. So something here with the Ten of Swords that we're going to find out what it is, because that's, August 1st is tomorrow. I feel like that Ten of Swords over here for November is linked. I hate that I don't think it's lingering. I think it's just karmic justice here being served for whoever, caused you this heartache and betrayal, or being stabbed in the back, being fake, jealousy, like spirits stopping it now. So as you rise, somebody else falls. Your job here might be just whatever's going on, just move forward, know something's going to be successful. If it has to do with work, a work partnership, a situationship, everything happens for a reason. I feel like I'm getting blah, but there's nothing blah about July. But I heard you still have time to step in. So it's almost like your higher self is talking to your other self. So again, this is like conscious and subconscious thoughts going on here, because you're passing judgment on something without realizing you're passing judgment, or you guys already know you're passing judgment, or you feel like the judgment call is already made. But what's actually happening is, again, you lift me up. And so it's like you could be self-motivating. Peanut butter, come on, come over here, buddy. I just heard self-loathing. I don't see that. So there's other energies, but the main energy is I don't even think you're questioning why. I don't think I don't think you have the answers to that. And I don't necessarily think we're going to get the answers in August either, but we're going to try. Because you're not seeing it, but you're not meant to see it. And again, I've mentioned this in other zodiacs that you guys are delivering karma. And this is definitely delivering karma. Definitely karma being delivered. That was quite the chatter. That was quite the chatter. Yeah. I know you're scared to be alone, because you're my sunflower. So I don't know what happened here. The answer is no. Separation, commitment. I just want, because this is you like ignoring the drama. There's stuff going on behind the scenes, jealousy, shit talking. And this is like, I'm coming for you. So this absolutely hands down karma being delivered to somebody over here. It's karmic justice. But you also have judgment right there with the Hermit, with Justice and the Moon. Get where, so if you like zoom in, you can see it's like looking over here. And I know it's in regards to something here, because judgment is here with the Ten of Swords. So somebody else definitely gets left out of a situation, and it had to go that way. Karmically. What do you want to know about this Five of Wands? This isn't, to me, this isn't conflict with yourself. Because you're not saying to yourself, man, do I gotta wait until November? You know what I mean? So devoted, someone's not devoted to you. This is somebody who's devoted to ruining your fucking name is what this is. And again, it's karmic. Somebody could even be attempting candle magic. Or you were dealing with somebody that is dealing with a karmic. You might not find out about this until November. But I think you already know what it is. You're not even looking at it. And I don't think, I'm feeling all up in my head, but I'm not thinking about this person. Like, I think it's a different person. I don't even think you know who that is yet. So that's interesting. I just heard life's mysteries. But like life is a mystery. I'm trying to sing the Madonna thing. It's not coming out right. But I'm also getting like life's a mystery. I'm also getting pulled to like the Aztecs. So you're gonna want to research something, guys. That's just screaming research. So trust that everything went down the way it was supposed to go down, and I think it's still positive vibes. It's just kind of like might be a little up in your head, and you kind of don't know what tomorrow brings. But trust that everything's happening for a reason. Like obviously, there's some type of setup here. So some of you do have a Virgo guide, a guide that has strong Virgo, or somebody that's passed over with Virgo. Because I'm going to pull to like my angel cards as if like there's a message there for you. And I almost just got like pulled to say to myself, so these are messages for you too, like to do a deck of like dark angels, because these are like archangels, guides, you know what I mean? But like, I don't think there's a dark angel deck. And I think the people that are using that type of energy or a deck is more about black magic. But I would use it for you guys for strength. Oh, when the saints go marching, and it probably has a lot to do with my past life and how I look at stuff, because stuff like that to me is self-motivating, and when we can take the control and find that power within our brain, I'm telling you, like, you're on fire. And some people can get stuck in that or be stuck on that high horse and get knocked off. Yeah, but for those who are like really transcending, like you're not going to get stuck in that energy. It's going to be used for, the greater good, a higher purpose. So I'm not looking at it as like black magic, like. So Spirit just kind of gave me like an idea. There might be dark angel decks. I do have some actually. Dark angels, like darker, but they don't look at it as like dark angels. So, and I'm hearing call upon. So there's something like within your chart. You could have Capricorn in the 8th house. You could have, because Pluto is retro right now, right? So instead of looking at something in a negative way, in the sense of like the shadow, in order to get out of the shadow,
you need a different sort of energy. Not just recognition. So for those who have a crossed loved one watching over them, which is probably a majority of us, but like it could be a Virgo grandmother, grandfather, great ancestor. Like who knows? It could just be a guide, you know. Overcoming difficulties. Archangel Jeremiah, the worst is now behind you and you are surmounting to previous challenges and leadership. Archangel Gabriel, it's time for you to assume. It is time for you to assume your leadership powers and position and lovingly guide others. And I literally just said that to you guys in regards to like, I should make a Dark Angel deck. You know, so I don't know what you went through. And I don't see all that. But it is a death card as if like, and it is, you know, it is Scorpio. I mean, it is Capricorn, but I always look at the death card as Scorpio and Capricorn. I always have, so I'm not going to change it now. You know, that could always, you know, that's a message for you guys too. Like everything I'm saying, like, because I always looked at it as when I first started tarot, I always got pulled to Scorpio, even though it's Capricorn, right? No, that's not with the Tower. That's the Devil. Oh, see, like I'm confusing myself here. Why did they just have me do all of that? You're working with two very strong energies right now. I want to say it's probably just Scorpio and Capricorn are your strongest placements right now that you've been dealing with, which makes sense because Saturn rules Capricorn and Pluto rules Scorpio. Because it's not even the card I was thinking of. But, like, back to when I was studying tarot, like, I wasn't going to switch it up if that's what it was telling me. You know what I mean? So it could also have been telling me, like, hey, you work with, like, I'm hearing Persephone, you work with, like, the darker energies, you know, the underworld versus the outer worlds, you know, but working, I clearly am in a position to work with both, but I also chose that because I didn't choose. So some of you could be just be kind of like starting your journey with me as being like maybe like a newbie, but you've already would have overcome all, you've already been through a shit ton. Because this is like being sucked into the industry, and that's why I say like I have no trouble rocking my black wings, you know, and not in the sense of witchcraft either, not by any means. I just know working with certain energies, Kessel, is more empowering, and if I'm here to lead and guide, I'm here to empower you guys, right? And it took me a long time to figure out that that's actually what I do, you know, with all the emails and nice comments, and you helped me through my divorce, you helped me through this, you helped me look at that, you know what I mean? Like look at things differently, because the industry doesn't want you to just look at things differently. They want you to see one projection. Spiritual industry, right? The government, same thing. They want you to see one projection. They want to suck you into other projections. Or they make this energy sound like dark angels are entities and they're evil and they're like reptilians. But even reptilian families and other galactic energies are good reptilians. This is what bothers me about this fucking industry, because people seem so knowledgeable, and and I think we think they're knowledgeable because they're mediums and it's your story and it sounds like you. But there's a lesson there for you too, because you're stuck in that energy right now, whether you know it or not, because you're not seeing outside of what's actually really happening. You're working with a reader that, yes, is reading your energy, but where is that reader getting you? I'm getting you to move. Ultimately, these other energies, when they want to call out other energies that they're not really knowledgeable about, but they're mediums, so it's your story, because he or she is reading energy. But where does it actually get you? Because he or she is only educating one topic. Too many people in the spiritual industry, talking about like the industry when it comes to like government and politics, and that's me too when it comes to the other channel, but in a different sense of taking you out of that energy, regrouping, and really leading the proper way. And again, I feel like everybody makes a choice, and I like refuse to choose. So now I work with both. But I don't call on archangels. I don't call on dark angels. I don't sit here and call on them for help. If I need help, I talk to my guides and I help myself. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I've had people on this channel, like I've sat and talked to angels. I've sat and talked to archangels. I talk to archangels. Bullshit you do. These angels do not have time to sit down on a bench with you and shoot the fucking shit. The fuck? Would you like another box of fucking Cracker Jacks? If it helps you, but you're basically doing the same thing. Bloody Mary, say 3 times. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same shit. Light energy, like, no. You're calling on a projected energy. Ask yourself, where is that going to get you? I think praying is great, right? But you have to be open-minded. Your brain has to comprehend the conversation you're having with yourself. Because if you're not comprehending the bigger picture on how to get to where you need to get, you're staying in the same situation. You're not going to be able to find the answer. And it's, meditate, go within. Like, that's a big thing that this industry likes to project. And it's just, yeah, it's always good to kind of go within and have that like peace of moment and really, talk to yourself. But you got to find your way out first. And people have all these ideas of finding your way out. Your own words, your own voice, your own opinion, your 53, your own belief will get you on your way out. So you've been going through some pretty harsh cycles is what this is basically saying, especially with the world. So anything that's lasted a year or longer. But focus on, I would say, the brighter side of things right now, just with this energy. I don't feel like this is like, when's it going to end, this and that. Like, if you're in that, like, if your brain is in that concept, then you still need to recognize something, but not for everyone, because there's always, scratch that, because there's always lingering thoughts. And that's what's happening here too. But Spirit, I think right now is just like kind of like scratch that in the sense of a societal viewpoint. Because they actually want you to work with the moon. And I don't think it's emotions. It could be in a positive way, but not in a negative way. Because the Queen of Pentacles is working with the moon right now, and the moon's here as well with Temperance. So I know there's some healing here too, but this could be like a higher official. Doesn't necessarily have to be a lesson. I think this is somebody guiding you. You know, the crow's looking up at the star, the hermit's looking at this Ten of Swords, like you're covered. Someone cannot find their way back in. And when right before I sat down, I said something in this sense, because I went to go grab something, and then I said something like how long you've been missing, or like something. So someone can't come back in, and I'm going to assume that's somebody from your past that you probably don't even want back in. And if you do, you might really want to reconsider that. But I don't think that's where you're stuck. I think somebody else could be stuck there. It's your own thoughts, and the moon is telling me emotions, but I think your message here is your intuition. Like strength should be here. Like Temperance is here too. The world is here. Like you've already, I'm hearing, surmounted these energies. Surmounting. Didn't I just do that with another word? So there could be something here with your vocabulary. Peanut butter. Hello. All right. What is this world for Capricorn for August? Teacher. So you guys could be teachers. And past life with Temperance. All right. I got a past life vibe, but I usually get like an earth angel with Temperance. You could be an earth angel. You would have a job. You'd be in a good position if you work with dark and light. There's something here with religion as well, and grounding for Temperance, and then life purpose. Yeah, so this really is about like getting yourself out there. I just got pulled to the Lovers. You could be eventually work with somebody, but like right now, keep getting pulled to the Lovers if it doesn't want to be covered up. And I showed you this. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm not used to seeing that. The skull and then the angel, like the Grim Reaper and the angel. And I just literally talked about it. It's the only world card I've ever seen like that. And again, it is like they're dark and light. It's the balance. I'm hearing polarity again. So again, it's that Sag energy. The Queen of Wands did come out with the Three of Pentacles. So it's more about grounding maybe that particular energy Something like you could be doing a CCD class. But see, there's something here with religion. But see, I like my belief. I grew up Christian, things like that. But like, I mean Catholic, but I said Christian. But CCD, you're reading from a book. Spirituality comes from your own belief. And it really does drive me nuts when I hear actors or somebody come on and, you know, they use the word spirituality as they're teaching Christianity. Like, they're two different fucking things. It's really starting to annoy me. So there could be something with politics here. Maybe it's time for you to take the lead. You know, but like, you really shouldn't be combining the word spirituality Spirit doesn't want the words being combined like that. And then I go back to like the very first practice of animism and certain stuff, and spirit wanting that belief in religion to come back around because it's what was taken from mankind, the first people around, you know what I mean? And it was taken from us. But we pull a lot of lessons from that. We pull a lot of life experiences, history, you know. Been through it all, seen it all. What's wrong with having, you know, sky gods? What's wrong with, you know what I mean? Why is there only one God in your head? It's because how you were raised. It's projected. Spirituality comes from after going through what's necessary to go through to kind of deprogram yourself to step out of the matrix. And then your beliefs and lessons, and you just look at life differently. And the people, actors and actresses, people that are taking advantage of that, because you can't link those two, and a lot of people do, and you really shouldn't. But again, that's, you know, what I'm being told. Everyone has their own belief. It's just like the silly fucking girls on Facebook, like, I'm on my spiritual journey and I climbed the top of Mount Everest. Like, you know, I went to yoga today and this journey taught me this. Bitch, bye. All projected, fake ass fucking shit. You're not going to get nowhere in life. You're going to be stuck. You might be comfortable and content, but you're not going to expand your awareness and live for the purpose of living and understanding. And sky gods are different than, like, they're gods and goddesses and Greek mythology and all this. You guys believe in that, but you only have one fucking god. You know, like, it's just silly. So there's definitely something here. Both my ears are ringing. There was just a very low vibrational pitch I just felt. There's definitely something in the public eye happening with that. And I'm not shitting on anyone's belief. I think it's important to have a belief. But spirituality comes from knowledge and past lives and experiences and putting them together, you know, and, you know, it's your own fucking belief. and praising Gaia as if Gaia is the god. Because they allowed us to come onto this planet. She provided us with everything we need. Why are we not praying to Gaia? Why are we not thanking Gaia for what they've given us? Trees, so we have oxygen. It's shit like that, guys, where that matters. So you might have an activation right around this time period, somewhere in August, where you're researching something and your whole concept of something changes. Because this temperance is based on your past life. And to me, that's not healing. You have teacher here and life purpose at the bottom of the deck. And I think I said to you the other day that teal is really standing out to me. And for those who, do appreciate and thank Gaia, then that's great. But you just getting out into the wilderness and connecting, yeah, it's good for your soul and it clears your brain, but your mind is telling you like you're clearing energy, but like some people really absorb it and other people don't. It's like the story I told the other day, like when I was sitting in the field and I started crying because I was like, I hope you guys are enjoying this view as much as I am, in reference to like I'm talking to my guides. Like, don't you think they want to experience stuff like that too? Not just you. It's not about you in that circumstance. Like sometimes you need a time out to really, really appreciate things, to really look at things differently. And not just be stuck in your conditioning and, where you're raised, like who you hang out with is, things, who you are, things like that, like represent kind of like who you are in a way. But like parents always want to like pull your kids out of that energy. Like you don't get to just pull your kids out of that energy. Your kids have to learn that lesson. And as parents, you need to realize like sometimes you got to let them do what they need to do. Like me and my ex did butt heads with some things. I gave my kids a lot more leeway in the sense like, I'll let you fuck up. You want to fuck up twice? There's probably going to be consequences, and I'm going to break it down on why there's consequences. So I'm a little more lenient because I'm also aware that you need to make your own mistakes in life. And you're never going to hang out with that person again and blah, blah, blah. You're only causing stress as a parent. As a parent, you're not learning your lesson either. You're only setting your kid back in life. Your kids have to experience these things, and I know you don't want them to. And then your brain is saying, I did that, it was wrong. Do you think just by you saying you did that and it's wrong is going to solve the problem? Because as parents, you think that solves the problem, but it doesn't. If they need to experience it, this is their life too. 28. So they got to make their mistakes, and you got to realize, when to step in and how to direct. It's like sheltering kids from music and certain stuff. Like, I get it at a young age, but like when they're old enough to comprehend, it's in their hands. When they're young enough, like 8 years old, and they can't comprehend, that's a different story. But my kids grew up with all different sorts of music and swears, and they never disrespected anybody with any of them. You know what I mean? Like, because I didn't make it a big deal. It wasn't a big deal. The only time I acknowledged it was a big deal, like when I would hang out with like certain friends like Marsh, like, please don't swear around the kids. And it was such a bad habit to hold my tongue. And eventually the kids would just kind of like laugh it off, and now, you know, it is what it is. But like, when it's the environment I grew in, like grew up in, it's just very kind of carefree too, you know. So yeah, this could be, you know, parenting. This to me, this entire reading is about the direction you should be choosing to go into. Some of you is definitely like an awakening type energy here. You know, and you can teach the world, because the world here is with teacher, and you can get out there. You can make the world a brighter place. But like, you just teaching your children, the next generation, is only going to benefit us. And so many parents think they're doing the job the correct way. And I've made mistakes. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. There's always things you don't want to talk about. There's always, you know what I mean? Like, but sometimes you got to break it down. And with the Hierophant, patience. So something's definitely going down. And you do have heart healing here too as well. I don't think you're clearing past life pain. To me, this is here and now. This is what you should be teaching. The way you see things. You don't need a book to be educated, because your brain has to comprehend. And if you're not comprehending it, you know, move on, come back to it. Be patient on yourself. And again, like, I literally started YouTube because I told myself, like, I am not the only person that thinks the way I do. Like, I could never comprehend that nobody saw things my way. Like, that was baffling to me growing up. And everyone's like, oh, no worries, she's just the black sheep. You know? I'm glad I'm the black sheep. Because I'm going to live my life the way I choose to see my world. So I'm happy, content, comfortable, in awe and wonder. You know, like, we're meant to have that life. The life a majority of people live in now is only because of the government. There's always a way out. That's why all this energy, transgenders, all this, everyone's having a tough time. He, she, it. And I know it's he, shit, they. It, him, she, they. But like, no, there's only a vagina. There's only a penis. It's one or the other. Like, if there's something else going on, it's usually linked to chemical imbalance, certain stuff. But be who you want to be and be comfortable. And the fact that they can step out and have their own group and all that, like, that's empowering. Because they're choosing to stand out. But it's the way it's going down is what's disturbing. But we look at this group as if they're disturbing. They're not disturbing. It's the projected viewpoint that's disturbing. So instead of trying to figure out how this really happened, you want to think your child's all fucked up. The government's purposely setting this stuff into place for control. And I know a lot of us know this, right? But nobody's doing jack shit about it. That's why I said in my other video with the whole they thing. Like, the it is not an insult, but there's only one gender, two genders. You know what I mean? Oh, I just heard one. As if like it's not about gender, but like it is not about gender, but it is about gender because the government's making it about gender. Like way back in the day before Christianity and all these other ones kicked in. Oh, you're sitting on my camera and you're not going to be stable up there. Like everybody would sleep with everybody. Like pleasure was pleasure. Like, and some people are like, oh, that's gross, but not really knowing any better because they weren't told, but they still had strong beliefs and values and morals, and they led the way until somebody came in and decided they could rule because of a last name, and that put them in a position of power because the one before them was in a position of power. It's just shit like that, guys. Like, everyone wants to, you got to look at that like how people look at the Bible. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a script. It's scripture. Preach your own belief. Stand tall in your own belief. I don't know why belief right now is so strong. I think it's just everything that's, happening globally. Be patient. Definitely educate yourself here on whatever it is for you. You got success that fell out with the Eight of Pentacles. So you are in a new contract. Balance. Is that balance between masculinity, femininity? Groups hold power. Let's see what this star is. I don't want to keep preaching about belief. It's because it's a Capricorn reading. But there's something with your belief that you can probably create, and Capricorns are really good at, you guys literally are the CEOs of astrology. You can take like all your life lessons, certain things, past life, this life, things you remember, previous mistakes, everything I'm pretty much talking about, and making decisions and the right types of changes and accepting what's already been and how to move forward and how you want to view your world, because ultimately it's your world, right? So because you guys are the CEO of the astrology wheel, create your own world here, your own thoughts. And so many people are afraid of having their opinion, but I mean, you can have a blog and not even show your face. You shouldn't have fear there, But to me, there's something you're educating yourself on, and it's almost like an awakening. It feels like an awakening, like an activation. Tell me about the star. Flexibility, expanded awareness, and shine with justice. So again, it's some type of an awakening there. And also I see that sun there. And there is something here that is going to make you a little nervous and wary, but it's acceptance. Hi, Firebird. So you're basically seeing it there. You're seeing it there, but you're seeing it better there. And again, it's like stand up for your beliefs. And this is where I was talking about, like, it's such casual energy. Like, usually the Seven of Wands is depicted differently. And I gave my opinion to, like, an example of what I thought this was. I can't remember exactly now what it was. But, like, I'm hearing dissecting. I don't know what that means. But I'm seeing, like, a body, an animal, something. What was the damn example? I think I said something like, it's laughable. But not laughable like that. It's just whatever this is, you can handle it versus how other people handle things. Like, you can accept it. You're flexible. You're seeing outside the box, so it's not bothering you. Gosh, I wish I could remember the example I gave here, because it was these two energies. And yeah, people are going to stare. It might give you a little bit of anxiety to share your opinion with the world, but this is the sun. So again, like, I feel like I went on and on about certain stuff instead of, like, really your reading. But that's, like, there's something here. Like, that's your reading. Like, literally, I can't stress enough that you guys are the CEO of astrology, and this is what they want you to focus on. You can't focus on this emotional stuff that's happening around you if there's not reciprocation, if there's not balance. If there is a lover in the picture, there becomes a lover in the picture, and there's always been one in the picture. You know, you got to balance work life, family life, love life, work life, love life, you know. But again, don't worry about people want to take you down. I actually feel like this is something you want to take down. And you're educating yourself. You're researching. Speaking the truth. Accepting something for, like, what it was. I mean, guys, I went on and on about, you know, belief in certain stuff. And I want to be like me as a reader. Like, I apologize, but Spirit's like, don't even say that. Like, that is your message for Capricorn. If you stand strong in your morals here, when it comes to all of these months, you're gonna just ride the wave. You know, you're riding the wave through your own belief, your own viewpoint, doing what's best for you with justice, walking your path comfortably. Again, standing in your morals, sharing your morals. Some of you being in the spotlight. Some of you, it's uncomfortable to be in the spotlight. You know, but it is what it is. I feel like this is the perfect transit for us, especially, like, with me and how I teach and guide and how I look at things. It really is an ideal transit to create something here. And I do work with that darker, I keep hearing Persephone, those darker energies as well, you know. And with the Chiron and the Saturn and Capricorn and like, this is that energy to work on. Others of you, this is working through emotion and knowing that there's no going back and not holding on to it, not leading it into the next month. You know, like, it just depends on, you know, the shadow that I briefly spoke about in the beginning of this video. But it's not about your shadow. So do not get stuck in your shadow. who, what, when, why, that doesn't keep you walking. No one's going to walk to who, what, when, why. This Wheel of Fortune, live your dreams, pay attention to your dreams. To me, it's more about living your dreams. Letting go. Who, what, when, why. You can't make this shit up. It's just extra clarification and expanded awareness once again with temperaments. It's, you know, life purpose, teaching. What teaching with the world. Temperance was past life. Some of you are literally meant to be on this earth to, I'm getting actually heal here, and I'm seeing the rainbow back there. So maybe you are meant to be opinionated. When I first started, I created another channel too, like-minded. The amount of channels I've fucking created. And it's not, I always tell myself, like, and I never followed through. And they're like, no, you completed them. I just put it out there. And in the midst, I was confused. Like, what direction you want me to go in? I went in every direction I was supposed to go in, and I put it out there. Because for a while, I was looking at it like I wasn't following through, but that's not the case at all. Every channel I created, I followed through. 1 video, 2 videos, thousands of videos. So be careful with other energies around you. I truly believe that there's certain energies around you that are trying to get you to see something differently because you are extremely opinionated. I feel like you are you are like that 2 of Cups, guys, with temperance here. Like, you do have that balance, that ability to teach. It's exciting, it's adventurous. Like, I know I'd be a wonderful marriage counselor. Guarantee I could probably save a marriage. It takes 2 people to do the work, and there's always one that doesn't. But once you start seeing something, like, it's to the point where I wouldn't even want to teach it because it's so frustrating when there's just that other half. Like, it's a lot of work. It's definitely possible, though. You found yourself once before, you can find it again, but like, you really have to change your mindset and take a journey, and doing that is a process, and it'll take a couple years. But people are more comfortable staying in a comfortable situation, think they're progressing in life, and they're not. They're comfortable. You're paying your bills. You're doing this, you're doing that, but you're not evolving. That's not a life I want to live. I'm sure it's a life you guys don't want to live. You guys are on my channel for a reason. We're a soul tribe. There's no way that you guys are not opinionated when it comes to something. Leading something. Going after something. Exploring something. So this could be where I felt like you guys are doubting yourself. I can't remember, but I'm kind of recollecting that I said that in the beginning of this reading. Don't. Your future's here. You can heal, you can educate. You're leaving it in the hands of spirit, guides, God. You're leaving it in the hands of, this is you just wanting to live your life with all these justices. I'm just living my life. I'm not doing anything, that is causing you or anybody else to be like out of balance. You know what I mean? Like you're balanced. When you're grounded like that and you can find that and you really are just like living your life and doing what's best for you and justice, what's fair, like you can't go wrong. But I will warn you, you do trigger other people. You do have a triggering energy, but too fucking bad. It's your fucking life. Be who you are. As long as you're authentic and it is coming from your heart, your soul, your gut, you're going to succeed no matter what. You can't fail when you go after what you want. You only fail when you do nothing. God forbid you changed your opinion. God forbid you looked outside the box. God forbid you mentioned something that other people don't like. For me, I think it's easy to be in this teaching position because that's been me my whole life, but, and this should be everybody else the whole life too, where people get stuck in the whole education system and, conditioning and tradition and that type of stuff. And then, other aspects of your life also lag. So you're doing it, and you're doing it with your soul, your purpose. Like you are choosing to do something differently, Capricorns, by the end of this transit, if you haven't already started or thought about it. And it's beautiful. Rites of passage. Yeah, this is yours. It's also your good karma. And you have a green light times 20. Congratulations, you conquered something in this 5-month period. Your Jupiter is just going to expand your life. Life is going to become exciting because you're doing what's best for you. Yeah, joy with justice. This is a beautiful reading, guys. It's going to be hard to get here, but you're going to get here. I don't even need to clarify those 10 of swords because your guides got you covered. Take action. You guys really do have a beautiful read. Congratulations, Capricorn. It starts. It already started, but it starts now in August with the world. This is definitely congratulations. Like, again, like August might be a little like, but come September, you're going straight towards your destiny. Just continue to be authentic. And it is going to trigger people, but too fucking bad. Some of you for sure are going to be in the spotlight come September. And again, it just could be your aura, your attraction. You're attracting a lot of energy. You're working with quantum energy. You're working with the right type of, you're not working with grid energy anymore. You're vibing with Gaia energy. There is a difference. Grid energy kind of locks you in. You're faced with the matrix, You're vibing differently. This is a major life change. This isn't little. You're using your Saturn and you're just dominating your Saturn right now. Congratulations is probably an understatement. Like, seriously, you learn from your mistakes. You're letting people make their mistakes. You're working on projects. You're encouraging yourself. You're going through your destiny. You're dealing with your own personal karma, making the right decisions, allowing the change, not getting caught up in Neptune. Besides, being present and going after your dreams, that type of stuff, being honest with yourself. You're working with your Pluto. You're okay with it. You're rolling with the punches. You're embracing your own personal individual evolution here. Like, go Capricorns. Like, you're going to take this opportunity and you're going to grow it beyond your wildest dreams. You have the rites of passage. It's yours. Enjoy your life. This is fucking phenomenal. You'll never be the same. And I mean, that is a beautiful thing, because this change is creating how you want to see your world. You want to float on cloud 9? Go ahead. You're going to trigger a lot of people. And they're going to be like, oh, get off of cloud 9. They're not going to know what it feels like to be on cloud 9. And that's okay. You chose cloud 9. So congratulations. It's a whole new world. Beautiful read. Again, I got pulled to, because I was just going to wrap it up, but I got pulled to your calendar appointments. So there's probably something in August that you don't want to forget about. Don't leave it to last minute. So go through your calendar, go through your phone, work meeting, appointments, car inspections. Like, there's a lot of appointments. Like, say something happens and you chip a tooth and you're like, oh fuck, you gotta take it, but you might need to reschedule something else, or you gotta fit it in. Like, I think you're gonna need to have a calendar in front of you for August, so it runs smoothly for you. Oh yeah? What was that? You sound like a geese. You sound like geese. You sound like a goose. Peanut butter, why are you so cute? For real, you're just so cutie. Yeah. You could flap those wings. Flap those wings. Flap those wings. Fly. All right, y'all. I'll be back. I love you guys.